Did your mama teach you not to brag? Do you struggle conveying your value to the world? In today's video, I'm gonna share with you how to talk about yourself without bragging. Check it out. We all know people that constantly talk about themselves, and we all go a little bit whenever they do. Look at me, I'm amazing. Let me count the ways that I have been successful. 1, 2, 3. I won the National Pine Cone Award. I'm gonna frame this. But let's be real. Marketing means you've got to learn to talk about yourself. So how can you do it without coming off as self-centered and braggadocious? There's a way. Let me show you how. Tom Fishburne said, the best marketing doesn't feel like marketing. Let me share a story with you. Michael Stelzner here from Social Media Examiner. Back when I started Social Media Examiner, I knew literally nothing about social media, but I interviewed all the top marketers and I learned a lot. And I'm joined today by Scott Monty, head of social media for Ford Motor Company. Scott, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Mike.
I took that knowledge that I learned and I made blog posts, YouTube videos, podcast episodes, all about the amazing wisdom that was inside their brain. First, thousands and eventually millions of marketers began following. Eventually, those very marketers that I interviewed began to refer to me as one of the leaders of the industry. While I was reluctant to accept that title, it helped my business enormously. Ira Glass from This American Life says, great stories happen to those who can tell them. Your solution to not bragging is to tell a great story. Why? Because everyone loves stories. It draws them in. Seth Godin said, marketing is no longer about the stuff that you make, but about the stories that you tell. Let's talk about how to tell a good story. Step 1, admit your imperfections. With my story, I said I knew absolutely nothing about social media when I started this company. For your story, what is the problem that you faced in the very beginning? Sew it into part of your story. Second, discuss what you did to overcome the problem. In my case, I interviewed all the top experts in the world. They taught me what I needed to know. Step 3, what happened when you overcame it? In this part of your story, you need to talk about the outcome as you overcame the problem. I became the reluctant leader. Many people started listening to what I had to say. Along the way, you're planting little seeds, and those little seeds contain some of your things that you have achieved, the things that others might think are bragging, the things that by themselves absolutely are bragging. For example, in my story, top marketers, millions of people, the reluctant leader. Those were all sewn into the story, but they were done in a way that doesn't come across as bragging. Let's reverse engineer your story following these steps. Number 1, what achievement do you want to convey? In my case, maybe it's 20 million downloads on my podcast. Number 2, what story do you want to tell that led to that achievement? In my case, I was coached by Cliff Ravenscraft, and it took me years to get here. And I was blessed by every single person along the way who listened. Number 3, add some valuable lessons along the way. It was really hard for me to consistently record the podcast every single week, week after week. So I eventually hired a company to help me edit the podcast. That allowed me to do what I do best, which is to interview my guests. And then you sew all these things together into a story. 7 years ago, if you told me I'd be here, I would have laughed at you. It all started with my coach, Cliff. ... What's your story? Who needs to hear it? And the most important question is, what are you waiting for? In my next video, I'm gonna talk about how to earn the trust of others, and you're gonna wanna check it out here. I got my signals crossed.
That works though.
Okay.
That could be a good.
Okay.